That intensity was heightened by the presence of highly dynamic, young, and talented leaders who ruled two of the great powers in question, and that was Charles XII of Sweden and Peter I of Muscovy, also known in Western sources as Peter the Great. The contemporary, or their contemporary in Ukraine, was a man named Ivan Mazepa. Ivan Mazepa, himself an experienced, very capable leader, but a little bit older than the other two, and quite older. He held the post of Hetman of Ukraine from 1687 to 1708. And next to Bogdan Khmelnytsky, Mazepa is the most influential of all Cossack leaders. Controversial period, controversial figure. Traditionally, this Mazepa has been viewed by Russian imperial historians, that was the imperial era, and to quote one of the most widely read and influential, Vasily Klyuchevsky, he classifies Mazepa very simply as a traitor. This is because he deserted Peter I at a critical moment and allied himself with Sweden's Charles XII. And therefore he's a traitor. Of course, such a view is based on the assumption that Ukraine was an integral part of the Russian Empire, or of one and indivisible Muscovite Russian state, and that therefore Mazepa's turn to an external invader was a treasonous act. By the way, the public at large throughout the Russian Empire, the rest of the 18th, certainly 19th century, was influenced even more by the words of Russia's greatest writer, it's kind of its national bard, the 19th century poet Alexander Pushkin. Wrote a very well-known poem called Poltava. We'll see why Poltava is important. And in this poem, he referred to Mazepa as a Judas and as a snake. By the way, in the 20th century, some Russian historians modified those views. For instance, the émigré Russian scholar Mikhail Florinsky, writing in 1953, concluded, and I quote, Mazepa, a traitor and a villain, according to official Russian historiography, was motivated by the legitimate and honorable desire to safeguard the authority of his country and to save it from destruction by siding with the probable winner. Although his methods were those of the most unscrupulous politician. Well, what do you want? Politicians are politicians. They have to do what they have to do.